Good morning, Cancer, and Happy New Year. Right, I've got a few intuitive things for you. I'm getting into like channeling with the specific card that represents your sign at the moment to get specific messages, like for your reading, rather than just babbling through the stuff that comes through overnight. I got the vapors, like the term the vapors. Now, this means a few different things to me. It means in the Oracle of Delphi, those kind of classical sort of seers from classical times that used to smell the vapors, and that was how they channeled the messages. So it could be something to do with like oracles, soothsayers, this kind of thing. It could be to do with vaping, the vapors, vaping for some of you. There's a band as well called Vapors. I think I've got one or two of their songs on my playlist, so I may look those up for you afterwards, but maybe there's a specific song by the Vapors that means something to you. Take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't. I saw a crashing wave, so it was like rocks, like rocks around the base of a lighthouse or something like that, and a big wave crashing over the rocks. And it gave me the song, "Waves crash, baby, don't look back. I will walk away again." Circle in the Sand. I can't remember who it's by. Belinda Carlisle? No, I don't remember who it's by. My mum will know. Then I was shown an image of, so circle in the sand, right? Drawing a circle in the sand. That gave me an image from the movie The Craft, where they have a bonfire on the beach. They're kind of doing some kind of magic on the beach. So I don't know, maybe you do dabble in kind of the occult, maybe witchcraft. I don't know. I got the term breakaway, breakaway, just the word on its own. And I was shown grapes, and I questioned, I was like, why are you showing me grapes? And I got the word orchard, and a visual of a wine cellar. So I think this was coming through a while back. I can't remember who for, but it was like somebody was in kind of some kind of like winemaking or cider making or some kind of business where they were making a drink from some kind of produce, like maybe they owned a vineyard or an orchard or something like this. So something to that. I also got the song Sail Away, Sail Away, Sail Away by Enya, I think. I'm going to check these. I'm going to look up all the songs and put them in the description box down below so you can go and look those up. Take anything that resonates, leave anything that doesn't. It may mean something to you. It may mean something to somebody else. It may be relevant to a group of you or one specific person. I don't know. I just repeat what comes through. Which was weird in Gemini's reading yesterday because I was like, I don't understand what they're giving me here. It's like conspiracy theories, like overthrowing governments, and then look what bloody happened yesterday in America. So I don't question the things I get anymore. I just tell you. I'm just the communicator here, okay? I got very, very cold as well. Suddenly, like cold in my bones almost, like not even like cold. I mean, it's quite cold here at the moment, but really cold. The sky was like a weird kind of like golden reddy colour as well this morning as the sun was coming up. There was like a weird eerie kind of reddish goldy light. So again, don't know if that means anything to anyone. Your two songs that were randomised as I was setting up your reading were, the first one was Up the Bracket by the Libertines. Libertines as well, liberty, so there's this sense of breaking away from something. Liberty means freedom, Statue of Liberty, I don't know, so maybe it's trying to tell us something there. It's a bit of an iffy song. It does sort of talk about confrontation and fighting, so something there to take that as a heads up, as you know, be careful. It may not be personal. It may just be that you're watching stuff on the news, right? If you're very concerned about that, then that would be why it would come through for your reading. It talks about he's in another world, she's in another world. So being in two different worlds, being in your head a little bit. And then it says, don't see the danger. So do be careful if you're in your headspace a little bit. Maybe you're not seeing the warning signs, the red flags of a situation. I don't want to scare anyone, but that's what I picked up on from that song. As I was listening to that song, I was shuffling this deck and I saw the fire ants. The fire ants can sometimes indicate feeling like you're under attack or being part of a mob that's attacking someone. So it's like that kind of mob mentality of kind of, you know, when a celebrity does something wrong on social media and everybody kind of bandwagons to kind of like shout at them, that kind of bandwagoning. So you may have a lot of voices around you. You may feel like there's a lot of conflict around you. A lot of people kind of, you may feel like you're under attack in some way. So take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. If it's not you, just be mindful that you're not the one doing the attacking. Don't mob onto people, because that's really, really, it's not high vibrational energy. It's not a good way to be. What else do we have? And then I saw the nightingale. Now the nightingale is talks about singing in a new dawn, singing in a new day after a period of darkness. So we're taking that as a really good sign, especially if we're looking about, you know, if this is a continuation from Gemini's reading, which is talking about American politics and the things that's going on over there right now. This kind of like singing in the new dawn after a period of darkness is a really, really nice sign to have. And I kept on seeing the fish. The fish kept on coming up. Now the fish is about prosperity. It's also about taking a difficult path, swimming upstream. You know, salmon swim upstream. So fighting the tide in some way, going against popular opinion possibly. If you see a lot of people jumping on a bandwagon, perhaps you're going in the opposite direction. So something there for somebody possibly. The next song that you got through was New by Gwen Stephani, which I love that song. I never had this taste in my past. Don't let it go away. So yeah, good song there. So something new coming in, breaking away from something old that was, it felt maybe kind of addictive, or it felt, you know, maybe checking social media all the time is addictive. Somebody just sent me a message there, so I got slightly distracted. So yeah, this kind of addictive behaviour, perhaps breaking away from that, getting your liberty, getting your freedom. Now the reason why I'm saying that as well is because the album cover that came up with that song had the words Return of Saturn on, Return of Saturn. Now Saturn energy is kind of like quite controlling, it's quite fatherly, kind of domineering, controlling energy. It's kind of like the tough love energy of the planets, and also it refers to the devil card in the tarot. So Capricorn energy could be dealing with a Capricorn. It can be someone who's, doesn't have to be that sign, but it can indicate perhaps somebody who's quite overbearing. Could have somebody who's quite overbearing returning to your life, or you're returning to them. But there's this other alternate message that says that you could be breaking free from some kind of addictive cycle. The line that came through with that Gwen Stefani song was, and you're ever shamelessly tempting me. So is somebody tempting you with something, especially perhaps if you do have some kind of addiction or addictive behaviour, is somebody kind of tempting you with that? So, you know, just have one drink, it's fine. We're all having a drink when you know that you've got an alcohol dependency. Something like that. Ever shamelessly tempting me to the sea. To the sea. The to the sea card popped out of this deck. That's why I wrote that down. So again, you've got quite a few nautical references here. Sail away, to the sea, waves crash, beaches. So something going on there with that. Right, okay. So that is everything. We need to randomise you a song. Oh, the joss sticks that I've got burning for you are white sage. Again, it's the white sage that I've got a stockpile of. I haven't bought any new white sage since finding that that is there's an issue with white sage that it's not very good for the environment for everybody to be using so much white sage. So, but it's the stuff that I already had. And that clears out energy, it clears out toxicity. And I've got opium for you as well. So opium represents whatever this toxic underlying energy is for you, whatever this thing is that you need to break away from, that's represented by the opium, and the white sage is there to clear out any toxicity. So that is what's going on for you there. Just trying to get this on camera. I'm gonna have to unplug it, I think. Sorry, 1 second, I will get you a song up. Here we go. So let's randomise you a song on camera. So, excuse me, the best song please for Cancer today that represents their reading and their energy. Best song please for Cancer today. Dodging Raindrops 311. Why do I stay inside? I should be Why do I say stay inside? Because it's COVID. We have to. We're under lockdown. 311. Dodging raindrops. We've in the UK here. We've just gone back into a proper, proper lockdown. So yeah, all like clothes shops and things are just closed. I'm just writing down that song for you. And yeah, full lockdown. The kids are actually off school as well, and I'm like, thank God, you should have done that in the first place. But we're full lockdown now until like mid-February. So hopefully this is going to be a decent break to stop the spread of COVID. And fingers crossed we all get to go on holiday in the summer. That'd be amazing. Dodging raindrops. Voyager. Maybe interested in space. I'm gonna listen to that song. I do know it, but not well enough to be able to like sing anything from it. I'm gonna listen to that song off camera as I kind of make sure I'm properly hooked up to the energies, and then we'll pull you some cards. Back in a moment, Cancer. Okay, so the line that really popped out to me there is, I'm letting go, giving up control. So again, I was talking about that controlling and freedom, control and freedom. Again, this could just be to do with Saturn and Jupiter transiting Capricorn to Aquarius. It's kind of a common theme at the moment. Anything that's been too controlling, whether that be like governments or institutions or churches or anything that's like too controlling, people are getting a sense of liberty and freedom now from that. So take it as it resonates, leave it. If it doesn't, it could be personal, it could be global. Dodging raindrops, but the raindrops are all in my head. So Cancer, you do have a tendency to have a lot of quite a lot of fear in situations where you kind of sometimes have a tendency to look at the worst case scenario, which stops you from doing things and following your dreams. So this is a message to say surrender to the higher powers, to the spirit guides, to the universe, whatever you resonate with. Let go of control and allow your Chariot. This is your card, the Chariot, right? It's a card about movement, about travel, even global travel. And there is a sense with this card of having, like, the Emperor or whoever that is in the Chariot is trying to control these two energies, this kind of yin yang, pulling in two directions. The idea is they have to pull them into the same direction in order to be able to move ahead. So there is this sense of control with this card. You may be very controlling in a situation. You may be dealing with somebody who's very controlling. But the idea is if he relinquishes the reins and allows these two sphinxes, in this case, sphinxes, to take control, it may be that they develop... Right, I'm getting a couple of things through here. Sorry, I'm just trying to organise. So it may be that if you let these people wander naturally, they may... instead of fighting, they may actually start to get along. So what I'm getting from this is that somebody may have two children and be very controlling with the children. The children may have a tendency to fight or be competitive with each other. You might be one of the children, right? This might be, you may have had a controlling parent. So take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But if these two children were just left to their own devices and left to play, they would have to... they would learn those negotiating skills, they would learn the skills of patience, of tolerance, and they would naturally find a way of getting along rather than fighting. You know, it may take a little while, it may take a couple of weeks even, or, you know, longer than that depending on their age, but eventually they will develop those social skills to get along and to compromise with each other. So if the parent is always... my right ear is ringing. If the parent is always controlling these two children, then and correcting things and being the peacekeeper and saying, this is, you know, you have this, you have that, then the children don't learn the skills. So there could be something there for somebody. I'm also getting a lot of references to Egypt. Now, yesterday I noticed on the Gemini card there was a pyramid. I kind of already picked up on that, and it played on my mind as well overnight. And then on that chasing rainbows, dodging raindrops song, excuse me, on the cover art of the album, there was like a pyramid shape. And here you've got these kind of two sphinxes, so definitely picking up on an Egyptian influence in my readings this week, whether that's relevant to anyone or not. Sevens are about life path as well, about destiny. So this is very much saying, let go of the reins, stop trying to control the situation, allow that chariot to go where it's supposed to go naturally. Let the universe guide you. Surrender, 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 surrender. Cancer. Now that doesn't mean like, you know, go and indulge in any kind of addiction. Obviously use a bit of common sense there, but the universe will always guide you towards your highest good. Okay, so moving away from control towards freedom, and a lot of boat references. Right. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to get an overall energy of kind of like overall what you're dealing with at the moment. Sorry for bumping the camera there. And then we're going to do a full spread of past, present, future, heart space, head space, action space. You can be anywhere along this timeline, by the way. It's a timeless reading. So when it comes to you, that's when you're meant to read it. Yeah, so overall energy for Cancer. Why do I feel slightly distracted and flustered? Is that your energy? Overall card for Cancer, please. Oh gosh, this is quite a graphic card. I may have to just put this over the top of it. So heartbreak, Cancer, healing a broken heart, fear of heartbreak, disappointment, emotional disappointment, fear of being hurt. The imagery on this card is she doesn't have a heart, so she's actually taken the heart from another creature and kind of puts it on a chest as though that's going to be how to fix a heart. So it's almost like a false trying to fix a heart space in a damaging way, or trying to sacrifice another thing to heal your own heart. It's not working. So we'll see what that is. I am getting slightly dodgy vibes because they showed me the craft and this. It's kind of like bad magic almost. So I hope nobody's indulging in that, because all you're going to do is generate bad karma for yourself and your you know, your future basically. So stay in high vibrational energy. Don't indulge in anything that's dark. Anything that harms anyone else is absolutely off limits, because all it does is generate bad karma that's going to come back your way. So let's go to the past heart space immediately. I'm using this deck, by the way. It's the Tarot de la Nuit by who's it by? Alexandra V. Bach and Carol Ann and Eskenazi, but it's an absolutely gorgeous deck. But it does have this very like watery feel to it, so I do kind of think it's a nice pack to use for your sign. Judgment, here we go. So in your heart space, Judgment card, strong energy there, Scorpionic Libran energy. Doesn't have to be that sign, but could be. Past thoughts, the World and the Four of Wands. Okay, we're going to pull clarifiers for everything here. Past action space, please. Past action space. Six of Cups and the Death card in reverse. Again, or slight voodoo kind of vibes here. Not saying that that's necessarily what it is. They're showing me, oh, secrets here as well. What's a secret? Okay, I'm not going to take these immediately because I don't know when they came out, but the Star, secret wishes, making decisions in relationships, but this is a secret. It could be healing as well, healing confusion about relationships, something like this. I watched Bad Boys 3, and they're kind of showing me the woman from that. So again, I'm really glad I'm burning white sage today. Picking up on a very, very iffy energy that you could be dealing with here. I don't want to scare anyone, so I'm backing off from that slightly. Your current heart space, Eight of Pentacles, current thoughts, Five of Pentacles in reverse, current action space, everything's in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse. Future heart space for Cancer, please. Future heart space for Cancer. Whoa. Four of Swords, Three of Wands. Which way was the Three of Wands, please? Okay, thank you. And the Six of Wands. Okay. That'll be interesting to interpret. Future thoughts, please. The Fool card. Future action space, please, for Cancer. Future action space, please, for Cancer. Nine of Swords. Okay, remember that anything in the future energies can be changed. You can take it as a heads up of things that you can avoid, or how you can navigate difficult situations when they come in. I'm seeing some really good energies, but also some very resistant energies, which I think it's to do with you fearing heartbreak or fearing some sort of ending in a relationship. There's a sense of clinging on to something. Yeah, okay. Justice in the underline there. That's again Libran energy. You could be dealing with contracts or courts, or some kind of authority, waiting for some kind of judgment call here. You've got justice and judgment together. So let's get an overall energy, please, for your reading. An overall animal spirit energy. Whoa, okay. Yeah. The Otter in reverse. Yeah, okay. So I'm sensing a backing out of a relationship, or resistance to a relationship ending. The Stingray in the bottom there. That's like having a backbone, going under the radar, having a bit of a sting in the tail. Okay, so your strongest energies, your major arcana are Judgment, the World, Death in reverse, and the Fool here. So really starting off strong in that past energy. It's like you had some sort of a call to a new life, or a call to a new existence, a rebirth in something. With your card being the Chariot, and with this World card, it's like the need to move on from something, feeling the call. Like that portal's open there, like it's like on the doorstep of something new, leaving something behind, going towards something new, but kind of almost being like, I want somebody to come with me. You can see she's kind of looking back, and she's like, well, are you coming with me? So why is the Judgment here in the heart space? So definitely feeling this call to some kind of new life. Yeah, walking away from something because there's something missing emotionally. You can see the dolphin there. Dolphins symbolise relationships for me, and you've got the otter as well, which shows strong relationship energy here. Doesn't necessarily have to be a love interest. I'm not seeing the Lovers card, or anything that strongly indicates that it's necessarily a relationship, like a loving, like a marriage or anything like that. It could, it could be that, but it could also be a friendship, a family member, something like this. But emotionally turning you back, emotionally walking away, because you've, in your heart space, you've had some kind of judgment call, some kind of calling to something new. So you're walking away, but turning back, and as though you're saying, are you coming with me? Excuse me. It's like following your dreams and wishes. It could be career. It could be like, I've got this career opportunity, are you coming with me? Noticing the tree roots as well. That's quite symbolic for me. Okay. So feeling that emotionally, feeling the pull to something new, feeling like you need to walk away, to leave, to go on some sort of journey, to find something. But yeah, with this sense of like, are you coming with me? Maybe that's what's caused the broken heart. So then you've got in your thoughts, you're thinking, you've learned all the lessons with something. It could be that you've been doing some kind of learning, like a university, college, something like this. It could be that you've learned some kind of lesson in terms of like soul growth lesson, learning something. And it's here with the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands can indicate a marriage, a partnership, but it tends to indicate the celebration of milestones. So you could have celebrated the end of some sort of cycle. So, for example, a graduation celebrates the the completion of a learning journey. So something like this is what was going on in your thoughts, in your past thoughts. Can I get a clarifier, please, for the World and the Four of Wands? What was that about? What was being celebrated here? What was completed? What was completed? It could even be like celebrating a silver wedding anniversary, something like that. Justice. Okay, so you've got justice and justice here. So you could have been celebrating an outcome. It could have been a marriage, right? If you were getting married, you would have you'd sign contracts, marriage contracts, celebrating that. It could be that you were dealing with some kind of court case or contracts. It was completed and there was a celebration of it. Something like that. You've got a lot of Libran energy here. The World card, I would say, is Sagittarian energy. Doesn't have to be those signs. It's more about the cards and the meaning of the cards. So then you've got Six of Cups and the Death card in reverse. Now, Six of Cups is a card about nostalgia, memories of the past, soulmate connections. It could be that there's something here to do with, one way of reading this would be that you have shared a lifetime with somebody, and it's a connection that goes beyond death, right? Till death do us part, right? People say till death do us part. But this is something that goes across lifetimes, possibly. So some kind of like soul family connection. Doesn't have to be like a love interest again. It's just some kind of connection. Interesting though, the Otter's in reverse and you've got the heartbreak. But this indicates that there's no ending to something. There's no finality to a situation regarding something from the past. Now, the Six of Cups can also indicate equal give and take in relationships. Tell me about the Six of Cups and the Death card, please, in reverse. Six of Cups and the Death card in reverse. Which way, please? Hangman. So hanging around, something not ending, hanging around, trying to look at something from a new perspective. Putting yourself in the other person's shoes, especially with that Six of Cups there. The raven kind of symbolises for me kind of like spirit guides that deal with the shadow side or with things that are beyond the veil, right? So can associate the raven with death energy. So it's almost like something should be ending. And the raven's trying to bring in, you can see the raven has this pentacle, this new opportunity. But this person's hanging around, they're all tied up, there's no ending to something. Could be because there's a lot of nostalgia for the past. You know, like we grew up together, think of all the good times we shared. Do we really want to end this? Possibly. Take anything that resonates, leave anything that doesn't. So now you've got the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and the Page of Swords. So it could be that there was some with the Judgment here, which is about like Phoenix energy, a rebirth. It could be that there was a relationship that you felt like you wanted to walk away from, but you gave it a second chance. You stuck around, you didn't end this relationship, you celebrated how long you've been together, you held on to the nostalgia, those happy memories. You were acknowledging that you were in some kind of contract. Again, it doesn't have to be a long-term relationship or a marriage. It could be someone you've worked with for a long time, somebody you had a business with, somebody a family member. There is a sense of feeling this call to a new thing in your heart space, but having this kind of like, instead of like leaving it, you had a rebirth in it, or you gave it a second chance. In your heart space here, you've got the Eight of Pentacles. Now the Eight of Pentacles is about work or working on something, putting a lot of work in, doing something over and over again to improve a situation. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles. You've got the Four of Swords here, which you also have here. So whatever you're doing, it is coming with quite a lot of mental conflicts. Your emotional space has this kind of mental conflict in. It's almost like fearing heartbreak, really needing to take this card depicts it quite well. It's kind of like needing time to rest, needing time to heal, needing time to process something, and it kind of, with this energy being in your heart space, there's kind of this feeling of like emotionally shutting down and focusing on other things. So in your heart space, you've got this kind of sense of like needing to heal a situation that you've put a lot of work into. Here you've got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So again, the Five of Pentacles can sometimes indicate to me a division of the assets. So it's like you stuck with something, so you don't have the Five of Pentacles. You've got success here. So there was no... Clarify for me as well, what is this Five of Pentacles? Yeah, so fear here with the shadow side. This is the Devil card. Fear of this new beginning. I said that this crow was trying to bring in a new opportunity. So there was fear of this new beginning, which led to not being out in the cold, sticking with what you knew and trying to find success in what you know. Wanting to celebrate. I'm finding this one a bit tricky. You can see that she's protecting her heart space as well there. It's like this crow energy, right? This crow energy keeps coming up, representing kind of shadow work. There's like some sort of like fear of emotional pain. You can see she's got that heart there, that like trying to repair a heart with a different heart. Somebody could have had heart surgery. Somebody could have literally had a heart transplant. But then she's protecting her heart space. She's protecting her heart space. Feeling very vulnerable. Definite shadow work going on here. Yeah, look, the death card in reverse. Somebody could have literally had like heart surgery, heart transplant, escaped death. So there wasn't a loss. There wasn't... Maybe this is like if you were in some kind of partnership and one person did have some kind of surgery and passed away, there was a fear of death, right? I mean, it can indicate, it doesn't necessarily have to be literal death. It can indicate an end, right? Something that can't be revived, but there was a revival. Somebody could have had like a heart attack and they've been like literally revived. That's not going to be for everybody. So take it metaphorically or take it literally, however it resonates. So if somebody lost their partner, they would have the Five of Pentacles, because it'd be like, instead of doing things with two people, you'd have to do it with one person. So it'd be a splitting of the workload. My heart literally just flipped then. That normally tells me that something I've said has resonated with somebody. So there was success, there was celebration, which explains why the Four of Wands is there as well with the Six of Wands, and you've got the Six of Wands up here as well. There's a lot of celebration here because something didn't end, right? So what's the Page of Swords doing here in the action space? The Page of Swords, and it explains as well why you've got all this healing, the Four of Swords and the Four of Swords. The Three of Pentacles, Page of Swords and Three of Pentacles. Now the Three of Pentacles should be, yeah, somebody's doing a lot of work on their own here. I think because somebody else is healing. So somebody's like picking up the slack. Somebody's doing more work because the other person has to heal either physically from some kind of heart issue or metaphorically from some kind of like pain or fear of pain or heartbreak from the past. So then, yeah, the Three of Pentacles, this is normally about working as a team. It normally indicates at least 3 people coming together to work on a project, each bringing in their own skills and expertise. Everybody brings something different to the table, which makes a brilliant team, right? But this person's on his own. He's working on his own. And the Page of Swords in the upright indicates communication coming in or action being taken. The Page of Swords in reverse can indicate a lack of communication, a lack of news, a lack of information, somebody not communicating or holding back communication. But it also can indicate somebody who's very harsh, very critical, very quite cutting with the words. Yeah. The B word just popped into my head. Can be quite cruel. So in your future energies, you've got this Six of Wands again, victory, celebration. It's kind of the minor arcana of the Chariot, which is like that victory. What were they called? I've forgotten the word from ancient Rome. A triumph, celebrating a triumph, which is like a big parade to celebrate some really grand achievement of the emperors normally, or somebody notable in society. So you've got this kind of triumph energy, victory energy, but it's coming in with this, again, emotionally with this Four of Swords. It's like, well, yes, I've had victory, but I still need more time to heal. I think I got for you last week, it was almost like some of you were getting stuck in this energy, getting stuck in this this need to heal, this fear of heartbreak, and perhaps other people around you could have been getting a bit frustrated because it was like, right, come on, Cancer, we know that you're in a water sign, we know that you're very emotional, very vulnerable there underneath that shell, right? But you need to pick yourself up, you need to get back up onto your feet and get going. You can't sit in that forever. So if that's you, just consider whether you need either some sort of counselling, or perhaps you need to speak to your doctor if you're kind of stuck in that energy. It's taking you a long time to kind of be able to pick your mood back up and feel like you're capable of doing things. Because here it's like, it's almost like your victory is being brought back down by this vulnerability, this healing energy. The Three of Wands here is a card about making a decision. So on an emotional level, it's like you've made an emotional decision. You know which way you want to go, and it's kind of like waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for the next stage in whatever this journey is. It could be that because you've made a decision, because you're waiting to take action, the actual waiting is causing, like knowing you've got victory on the way, knowing where your success lies, but the waiting is causing this kind of like really quite drained energy where you've got too much mental, too much going in your thoughts, fears, could be nightmares going in your heart space. The Fool card here in your thoughts. So the Fool card indicates to me the need to kind of take a leap of faith in a situation. So you're figuring out, the Fool card actually does come. Do you know, it's funny that you've got this here and this here. So mentally, it's like, that a cycle completed. You gained a certain amount of information, and you knew that you had to make a move. There is some kind of movement that was supposed to have happened for you, but it didn't happen. And it could be that somebody got ill, which prevented it. It could just be COVID came in and interrupted, right? But you completed something. You were ready to take a leap of faith into something new. With the Chariot and the World, it's like literally you could have been moving house, you could have been traveling a considerable distance, starting a brand new life with that Judgment card there, but for some reason there was some sort of delay or hold up or cancellation, or it's almost like you didn't go for an opportunity because you stayed in your comfort zone and you tried to get success, you tried to work on something, staying in that comfort zone. So you've got this whole period here of like between being ready to take action, being ready to, knowing that you've completed a cycle, being ready to take this leap of faith, but then you've got all this stuff in between. So here it comes back up again at the end of this thought process. It's like you need to do this, but you've got to think about it loads first. So here's the Fool energy, knowing mentally that you need to take this leap of faith, you need this new start, whatever this is. Tower moment, but you're trying to avoid a tower moment. So tower moments are like feeling like the rug's been pulled out from underneath your feet. It's like shock, stress, I heard uproar. So it's like you know that you want to do something, but you're kind of thinking, well, I don't want this to cause a lot of trouble. I don't want this to cause like that fire ant energy where everybody's going to come at me and disagree with me for whatever this move is. But I know I need to do it. But how do I do it without causing this tower moment? So what's happening is this conflict within you of feeling like you knowing where even on an emotional level, and you work from an emotional level, Cancer, you've made a decision, you know where your success lies, but what's causing this mental torture for you is knowing that you need to take this leap of faith, fearing the kind of backlash from it, fearing the stress of it, fearing the chaos, fearing the chaos that could come of it, which is causing this absolutely torturous energy. The Nine of Swords is the most torturous card in the deck. It's depression, it's anxiety, it's stress, it's really quite serious mental health issues, nightmares, fear, mental torture. It's really is one of the most difficult cards for me in the whole of the tarot. You can see like the glasses cracked, she can't even bear to look at herself. It's almost like, it almost gives me the impression that she had wings, but her wings have been ripped from her. Really is torturous energy, and you're going to stick in this. I'm afraid you're going to stick in this because until you make the move, the fear is what's causing you to stay in place. But on an emotional level, you've made the decision, and look, it's almost like she's holding, I mean, she's not holding a scythe, right? She's not holding a scythe, but you can see here she's holding this stick, and it almost curves around here, so it's scythe-like. She's holding a skull. She knows she has to end something. She knows she's completed a cycle. She knows that she needs to get out of a situation, but she doesn't want to. I'm saying she, he, she, they. She doesn't want to deal with this conflict when she takes this leap of faith. So what she's doing, what you're doing, Cancer, is you're sitting there painting the roses red, right? Pretending that the situation's fine, pretending something is something that it's not. But all it's doing is causing this awful, torturous energy for you. And look what's on the underlying, as if you need a confirmation, right? You need to end something. You need to walk away from something. You've got all that nostalgia as well, though, for the past. It's like, it's like, that whatever you need to do is going to cause heartbreak. Like, heartbreak is the underlying energy of this reading. You know that people, perhaps family members, friends, whatever this decision is for you, that's right for you, it's going to cause pain in the people around you. It's going to cause conflict. But I feel, the energy that just came over me then. It's like, you're torturing yourself, you're draining yourself, it's just exhaustive. Nine of Swords, please, then. Which way? Yeah, I think you're making a plan of action of how to move. So in this mental conflict energy, you are coming up with some sort of tangible plan to make movement forward. It's like, well, I don't want to take the leap of faith and cause this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of take small manageable steps, small tangible steps, practical steps, in order to slowly move towards this decision I've made, where I know my success lies. So you are moving forwards, it's just very slow. And they're giving me that kind of turtle energy as well of, turtles, they move very, very, or tortoises, they move very, very, very slowly. And it's almost like that compact, she's in like an old-fashioned compact, a mirror compact. It's almost like that compact is the shell around her, right? You could close it and she'd be protected in that hard outer shell. So you are moving, you're just taking that shell with you. You're taking that kind of hard defensive barrier and kind of like crawling out of the situation towards a new situation, very, very slowly and very methodically. I mean, slow and steady does win the race, right? And it's not bad to want to avoid a tower moment, but I think you are Emperor underneath there. That's the controlling energy. And here's, it's like Robin Hood, robbing the rich from and giving to the poor. So Yeah, you are moving forward, but it's very slow and it's very painful. And it's almost like you have a choice of, okay, well, you could take the leap of faith. I mean, if this was Aries, they'd just jump into it and they'd cause that tower moment, and then it'd last like 3 weeks and they'd be out of it and they'd be into that new life. And like they wouldn't have this torturous energy. Aries don't have the time to sit around. I'm talking about Aries, this is the Aries card. Aries don't have the time to sit around torturing themselves. Like they're just going to be like, that's where my success lies. They're going to take the leap of faith and like not even look at the explosions burning behind them, right? Cool guys don't look at explosions. You could do that. That's an option. But instead you're choosing to torture yourself, torturously move very slowly and methodically towards where you know your happiness lies, where your success lies, whatever that is for you. Right, okay. Cancer. Best advice for Cancer, please, today. Best advice for Cancer, please, today. Best advice for Cancer, please, today. It's flipped. You've been very, very secretive. Higher power. What's in the underlying? Observer. Watching, waiting, planning. Slow and steady wins the race. So number 4. Again, another 4. So it's definitely about your foundations here. Like the Tower is about, are your foundations strong enough to withstand the shock, right? Over here, the 4 of Wands is about foundations. So this is all to do with your stability. Something to do with your home as well, there with that compact representing the turtle shell, tortoise shell. Not wanting to jeopardize your home life, your living situation, with whatever this decision is that you've made in your heart space. Let's see. Higher power, essential meanings. Conscious contact with higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. This card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, what is the highest good of all? How can I serve? And then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed. So if you're asking for a relationship, this is the message for you. It's time to address how much effort you give to your relationship with your higher power, called God, Goddess, Spirit, or another name that is sacred and holy. Recognize that your partnership with Spirit is your number one priority. The appearance of this card also indicates there is a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and evolution. Tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. Okay, if you are asking for career, this is the prosperity message. Sometimes your work just flows through you. Ideas come rushing in and inspiration bubbles up from a wellspring you didn't even know you could access. I was noticing the book there about maybe somebody writes, because that's like somebody working on something. When you enter agreements, begin projects and negotiate deals with spirit, that could be what's going on over here, as your partner, you will always succeed. Let your higher power lead. I was talking about surrender, right? Surrender to the higher power. The synchronicities and intuitive nudges you feel will help you see which way you are being pointed, giving you the confidence to move forward in the right direction. Don't forget to give credit where it's due. You wouldn't be a success without Spirit's guidance. Humility will serve you well when this symbol appears. Just going back to the otter, I didn't talk about it too much. It is an animal that plays in the water, right? Plays in their emotions. The otter always looks to me like it's looking out for its mate. Otters pair up for life. They're very, very sweet, actually. But in the reverse, it's like either not looking for a partnership or, perhaps prioritizing the connection with the higher power, your spiritual connection over other connections, or it could be walking out of something. I don't know why the otter's in reverse. Right, okay. I hope that was helpful to you, Cancer. You're getting interesting readings at the moment. I always feel like I want to give you a big hug and pick you up off the floor and put a crash helmet on you and wrap you up in a duvet and then send you out into the world. So internet hugs for you there. Yeah, I get help. Get help with this if this is something you're stuck in. Whether it's just opening up to friends or speaking to a doctor or, maybe getting a bit of counselling or something if you're going through something here. But I can see movement forward. Try and release control. Try and release the fear. Hand it over to Spirit. Let Spirit guide you. Try and be free. This overthinking, it's not your natural state. You're a water sign, so you're meant to trust your emotions. You're meant to go with the flow. You're meant to let your intuition and your feelings guide you, which is what is trying to happen up here. Like I said, where your success lies. You feel it emotionally. That's your strength. Okay, that's your natural state of being. So whatever's causing this kind of swords energy, which indicates thoughts, overthinking, fear, strategizing, it's not your natural state. So I feel like the mental energy is almost this controlling energy where you should be. The Fool trusts that higher power, right? Look at the colours there. It's almost like these cards are like one and the same, those kind of pinky colours. It's like the Fool trusts, and didn't even notice that had that like angel. It's actually got two faces there. The Fool, this Aries energy, maybe you have strong Aries in your chart. The Fool trusts this intuitive link, this link with the universe, this emotional, intuition. What you feel is right. The Fool trusts that, and that takes a leap of faith, knowing that if they fall, the universe is going to be there to catch them and move them to a better place. So definitely something for you there, but you sat there painting the roses red. So I don't know. Best of luck, Cancer. I really do wish you well with whatever this is that you're dealing with. Take care. I hope 2021 is good to you. Leave a like if you like, subscribe, all that shabazz. And I will be back with you soon. Do take care. Bye bye.